August 19th at 4 p.m. at the town hall. And just be aware, this meeting is being recorded by the city of Greenfield. If you are recording this meeting, please notify us now.
I would like to.
All right, and you are representing
Greenfield as a whole.
Greenfield. Yeah, I know. Just gotta put it on record. And it's my duty to report the loss of our dear friend, License Commissioner Alan Ball. At this time, I would ask for a moment of silence in his memory. Thank you all. So, beginning the agenda, our first item is discussion with the police department regarding private party security being considered by some event organizers. And I see we have a couple of members of our police department.
So
That would be great. At least one of you, I guess. We don't have to. Oh, we do.
Mike stole my chair.
So the situation is that as a regular practice, our Greenfield Police Department are the ones who supply security, and it's our understanding there are some event organizers who wish to have their own. So
Yep, so this wasn't a big deal. First and foremost, we're there because you say we're gonna be there, right? So during the licensing process, all those contingencies are put in place essentially by you. So for years and years, long as I've been here, most of these larger events, yes, we're there for security. So they hire our officers who are off duty to do what we call outside details, and they break those details. So it was brought up just before the start of this most recent event that the event coordinator or producer was offered some security by another private organization that's an armed security organization. That's not good. So I don't mind if it's them. But it can't be both. We don't train with them. It's not a good situation for us to be, for the city to be, when we have a contingency of our individuals there and then a contingency of unknown armed security who we've never trained with. We don't know them. We don't interact with them. We haven't co-trained with them. That mix is not a good thing.
possibly masked and without ID.
Well, there you have it. So in that particular case, I guess all the intentions are good. I was contacted actually today by Lieutenant Patinsky, who explained they didn't argue even a little bit. It wasn't a big deal. It was a suggestion. That particular group was simply trying to help and cut their costs. Not opposed to those conversations in the future, which is just not a change that can be made last minute and mix two groups of that together. So that's all.
Is there anyone here representing the people that want to have their own groups?
No, not today. It came up in regards to an event that happened recently at the fairgrounds, and it just because it was something that kind of came up as an idea presented. We understand, those things, once somebody thinks of it, then the next person thinks of it. Then we just wanted to make sure that it had been brought up before it became a regular issue, to let you know where the police department and the mayor's office stood on that we want to make sure that the police department are still providing the security for events at the fairgrounds.
And for peace of mind, we are an accredited police department, meaning we are checked annually on all of our certificates. We have to train. That training is reported, it's logged, et cetera, et cetera. We know us, and the city can be comfortable knowing if we're doing the security for these events. We're not trying to hog them all. If the licensing commission sees fit to hire or allow another private agency to do it, it's fine. You just can't mix the two if we're not training together. You just can't do that.
This particular event had already made arrangements with Greenfield Police Department,
Yes.
and at the last minute was,
Yeah, and again, it wasn't malicious. It wasn't underhanded by any extent. I think an offer was presented to them. That offer could have potentially saved them some money. So I get it. Okay, good discussion. On a last minute like that, we just can't do that. That's not, if something bad were to actually happen, now you have two different groups who don't know each other going after that problem. Something really bad, like I said, I don't want to get too descriptive, but if it did, you got two different groups. Now the city is potentially on the hook for both groups and how they responded, how they acted. You know that your police department is trained for these. I'm not saying that group isn't, but I don't know the group. I don't know.
Right.
So there should be some vetting, and in this group here, the licensing commission should have a say over that as to whether or not they're going to let that happen.
There, and these outside groups have no police powers. So,
It's just security.
you know,
So are you suggesting that, not only do we, reinforce the idea that we have our own police people there, but we do not want any outside? These organizations do not bring any security of their own?
If I say that, then we're greedy. You know, we're just out there trying to get all the money from everybody. I'm trying to be very clear. We're not going to fight that. If the licensing commission approves private security, private armed security at these events, then it'll be private security at these events. I wouldn't suggest combining the two entities. We don't train with another armed security group. If it saves those venues money, I don't have any problem. We're not trying to cost people money. Does it cost money? It does, but
So we have somebody here from the fairgrounds.
Mhm.
Can you speak to the David?
Yeah, so I think I would completely echo what the chief's saying. Definitely, if this was something that were to be done, I would want a lot more conversation and interagency collaboration well in advance. At this point in the game, I am definitely not in support of such an idea. But if chief was, if she felt that it was worthwhile to have a conversation and see if it was something we could do, I'm happy to be part of that, but it's not something I'm necessarily advocating for. In fact, it's probably something I'm not advocating for.
and again, I'm in the same boat. I just don't want to be, I don't want us to be labeled greedy. That's not what we're doing it for. We're doing it for safety, not greed. We're trying to get it done, but that's sort of the argument.
you recognize most of the people that you might encounter, and you can understand the
Yeah.
situation more, and it would be, the city would be hard pressed to have enough time to study however many security firms might want to be hired.
Well, and again, being completely transparent, our group, our agency has worked with other security groups in the past. Wormtown is a perfect example, but they're not armed security.
Yeah.
So I think the longer conversation, the deeper conversation is, can you reduce the number of police officers there by enhancing other areas, meaning the non-armed security? And the answer is probably yes. I don't know. It really depends on what you're comfortable with and what Mike's comfortable with, what the vendors are comfortable with. I don't know. Generally speaking, the amount of security they have to have is predicated on their application. Everything starts at your table right here. How are we going to proceed? We're not trying to do, like I said, we're not trying to take everything from these people. We're more than happy to work with these groups. We can't work with another armed security group. That's just not a good thing to do.
quite understandable.
I thank you for that insight. You've had some experience with.
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't want him up there.
Uh-oh.
You know, we've had, 100 years ago, a similar thing. We had an incident where this group was providing security. It was fine until they shot 3 people. And then we got involved. So, you know,
Just food for thought, and that's what I'm saying. what happens in those circumstances is everybody wants flesh, right? So they're gonna go back to the beginning of that and find it was the city's licensing commission gave the license.
Yes,
So my point is the city will have some liability and they will be called on the carpet for it in the event something like that happens.
yeah,
So you can rest assured that at the very least with us, you have an accredited agency that's
yeah.
checked on every year by not Greenfield. This is by another state entities.
Yeah, we have enough issues dealing with noises and things like that. So we don't need any, with people shooting other people.
Yes, but it does happen. And the thing of it is like, as the chief said and his deputy and that, these people, you're involved. But this private security has no arrest powers. So how much are they digging a hole for themselves? When, I mean, you see what's going on today in the outside, they're, taking these people into custody just to hold them till the real people get there, or the correct people, I guess, would be, and when you're having this overlap like that, it's could be quite a disaster
We've
situation.
lived it and it gets really, really ugly, really fast when duties and assignments aren't clearly defined.
Yeah,
And the fact that this was going to happen sort of at the last minute by nobody's fault and by certainly no malicious intent, that would have gotten really weird for a little while. It's scary
Yeah.
because we don't know who's
Do you
responsible.
need a motion from this or just a discussion? What are we doing?
It's a discussion at this point. Do we have any representative here from the organizer?
No.
All right. Well,
It's a message pop.
Amanda, online, by the way?
where is the
So
message?
for the record, the licensing board at this point in time, I don't personally support having any outside, detectives or whatever on premises. Not to say that can never happen, but.
Well, should that come before the board again, we'll have your thoughts on it as well as some experience. And we'll make a decision at that time if that is requested. But the concern is being armed when we don't really know them.
Mhm.
So it would take months for the city to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I thank you.
Dave from Eversource has messaged that he is on a time restraint and wants to know if it is possible to move the public hearings for Eversource up on the agenda.
Is Amanda online? by the
So
way?
that,
No,
We'll be back next month, I think.
it's fine for voting purposes.
Yeah, because they're,
What number there?
at the 13, 12.
Good.
Yes, thank you both.
Thank you.
Much.
Yeah, we'll hang out.
Keep your phone handy. Number 12.
yeah.
So at the request of
12 and
Eversource,
13.
we're more than willing to adjust our agenda, not change it, but adjust it so that Eversource representative can attend and which one is, it?
Well,
no, I mean,
David Meager, but I don't know what number he is.
David, are you on? Are you on the telephone or, oh, there you are.
You're muted, you're muted.
All right, so we are more than willing to accommodate your tight schedule. So at this time, I'm going to open a public hearing to discuss Eversource petition for the installation of a utility pole at 31 Nichols Drive. No discussion or comments will be entertained unless requested upon by the chair of the Board of License Commissioners. So I would say it's pretty much standard request.
There's no comments from DPW, GSET, or IT.
So is there any, I don't understand why this is listed here. No discussion or comments will be entertained unless requested. All right, so I'm requesting, if anyone is here who is interested in why Eversource would like to install a utility pole at 31 Nichols Drive. Yes,
30 Nichols Drive, just, I don't understand what's going on. I need more clarity on exactly what they're planning to do,
all right.
David,
because we don't have it.
David, would you kindly explain why the placement of that pole is necessary?
I can. So 31 Nichols is doing a service upgrade. And currently their service is fed underground off of the last pole that is on Nichols. To upgrade that service and to keep it underground is extremely expensive and an expense that they cannot afford. So they asked for another way that this could be done. So by adding another pole and going overhead, this saves them a tremendous amount of money. I can't go overhead from the current pole because it resides on the neighbor's property, and that would be overhead trespass, which we cannot do. So really, this is for them to upgrade their service. They're adding mini splits and going more electric. And it does save them enough of money where they can proceed with the upgrade.
So where is the pole going to go? Where are you wanting to put this pole?
It's essentially in the front. If you're standing in the street looking at their house, it's going to be essentially in the front left corner of their property.
Okay, there is a stake there now with the red thing on it. Is that where it is?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I escaped. Yeah. Take it underground. That's the only house on the whole street. The whole street it does, yeah.
They provided us with a map. This is Nichols Road, Drive. I'm sorry, it's listed as road. And this would be where it is, and well, that's not it. Green River Road is here, Nichols Drive.
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah, I'm 30, so 31's right across. I know what you're talking about. Because they have been telling me that they've been trying to get energy efficiency into their house. And because they have that underground line, the energy company was a little skeptical about doing stuff there, so.
all right. I'm glad that he was able to clarify that for you.
That was something that was not great.
is that a separate motion?
No, we're going to, any other comments by residents? Hearing none, I will, I didn't say what time the public hearing started.
At
And it's
4:13.
now 4:18. I will close the public hearing and the board will act on this. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we accept the application for the pole relocation on Nichols Drive at number 31.
31 is what's listed on the application.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. So we're all set on agenda number 12. Now moving on to agenda number 13.
Thank you.
Thank you for attending. I
Yeah, I
appreciate
just
it.
had no idea what they were trying to.
That's why we're here. So at this time, I will, at 4:19, according to my clock, I will open a public hearing to discuss Eversource petition for installation of a sub-pole and amp sidewalk guide at the end of Cherry Lane. No discussion or comments will be entertained unless requested by the Chair of the Board of License Commissioners, which I am doing now. Is anyone here from Cherry Lane?
There is somebody in the hallway.
All right, so
Does he want to comment on it?
we should probably wait until that resident enters if he or he needs to know everything. Stub pole and amp sidewalk guide.
Right.
So it's a control of a support system, not a new pole.
Any comment from David, or should we go?
So, well, there is gonna be a new pole installed.
There
Um,
is,
Yeah, so do you have the picture that I included with the petition?
yep,
Yeah, so in green is the current support for that pole. It goes right over the driveway and it is kind of low, and I believe the homeowner Cherry is not really pleased with that current situation. So if you see what I've done in red, that would be a 35-foot pole. And then the sidewalk guy is due to just because of that fence, we can't really put a standard guying there. So that would help eliminate the guy wire for the customer and continue to support the pole.
right.
Make a motion.
Not yet. We're still in the public hearing. So I assume no one has any opinion or wishes to speak on this. So I will close the public hearing at 4:21 PM. And entertain a motion on this request from Eversource.
I'll make a motion, we have, Eversource petition for installation of stub hole in AMP. Sidewalk guy at the end of Cherry Lane.
Second that motion.
We have a motion to approve this agenda number 13. In any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. So now returning to our agenda number 2, to discuss the sound at Soul Fest over the weekend and potential options for licensing. And I believe that the city received emails and calls.
Yes.
We don't have copies of all those, so I would rely on you, Erin, who is our chief of staff for the city.
Also, so I think we all know that last year Soul Fest was very loud and there were lots of complaints from the neighborhood. Over the winter, there were new owners who came in. I know that they talked to licensing. They spoke with the people who live near the fairgrounds and talked about mitigation strategies, how that would work moving forward. So the discussion today is if the board feels that they have fulfilled their promises and that the board would entertain a license in the future for next year's event so that the Soul Fest people can begin planning. That's one of the questions. And the other is also discussing how mitigation strategies can be further encompassed in licensing moving forward. I think I'd like to ask Councilor Perry, who is the counselor for Precinct 7, to relay a lot of what he heard as well, if that is, I think I'd like to start there, if that's okay.
Yeah, because I'd like to know the comparison between what happened on Thursday and what happened for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Perry.
Thank you. Well, as we all know, Thursday was louder than expected. And there was plenty of emails from the neighborhood, and plenty of texts right to Mike Nelson directly expressing the concern. And there was no doubt that the noise was unexpectedly high Thursday night. On Friday morning, Mike Nelson and I met with the producers who were very surprised by the amount of noise that happened. They did not expect that. And we let them know that there was a lot of concern from the neighborhood. And these guys, the producers had come and met with us in the winter and did a great job of presenting themselves and explaining the changes they made from last year. And they were very sincere and very proactive in hearing the neighborhood people who came to that meeting and listening to the feedback. And we felt very good going into this year that Soul Fest was going to be different and much better. They had cut down on the number of performers. Music was less of a focus than it was in the past. This year, they were going to focus more on community events. teen events, getting people in the community together to do more of community involvement and connecting. But the music is still a big part of the venue. And so on Friday morning, the producers were upset, and what happened, they were upset to see me up there as the counselor, letting them know that there was a lot of upset people and a lot of concerned people. And I told them point blank, look, right now, Soulfest in the future is at stake because there's a lot of people upset and they feel, I don't want to say betrayed, but they feel they were disappointed at the amount of music level. And they heard us, and they made decisions to change the speakers, putting more down. They talked about decibel level, that they were already under the limit they felt they had to be at. And then Mike Nelson and I rode around in the golf cart and went down outside the fairground areas and listened to the sound, and it felt a little bit better to us. Mike, who might be able to talk about this on his own, talked to people during the day on Friday, and he felt that people were amenable to at least giving Soulfest a second chance. You know, we didn't want to have a one strike and you're out type scenario. And so the music was noticeably less loud on Friday afternoon and Friday evening. The feedback we were getting from the emails that people were satisfied. It was much less noticeable. People could have their windows open and still not be bothered as much. And so we were feeling pretty well and pretty good on Friday night. Unfortunately, at about 9 o'clock on Friday night, the last band, the big act, went rogue, as we say, and they on their own, without the producer's knowledge, turned up the amplification on the stage for that last number. I happened to have a contact who was on the stage when that happened, and they sent me a text and said, oh no, guess what's happening? And it was very loud. And so on Saturday morning, Erin can speak for herself, but Erin and a couple of representatives of the neighborhood group went up to the fairgrounds again, met with the producers, said, you know, what's going on? The producers were very upset, and they felt that they were also betrayed by that final act. That act has been banned from any future performances at Soulfest. They're not going to be allowed back. And then the reports from Saturday, for the rest of the day and Saturday night, the neighborhood group was happy with the noticeable less noise. They felt that they were heard. They felt that things had changed for the better. And Saturday night was noticeably quieter. I must confess, if you came up Petty Plain Road, you could hear the music louder than other places. The noise seemed to be going right through the front gate and down Petty Plain Road. But if you drove around to the side, the music was much less noticeable. There was reports of music being heard from a far distance on Saturday night, but we did a little investigation and found out that there was 2 events going on in Turner's at the same time. There was a Shoots and Vine event with music, and there was a event at the Turner's Falls Rod and Gun with music. And so we believe, because people said they were hearing music after 10 o'clock, we know for a fact that the Soulfest music stopped at 9:58 on Saturday night. So anything heard after 9:58 on Saturday night was most likely music from those other events traveling across the way. And the email after Sunday afternoon, I got a few emails on Sunday. People said they noticed a big difference. They appreciated it. And people seemed satisfied. And from my perspective, the producers at Soulfest were really trying to meet the requirements and requests that we had made in the winter, that we had made every time something went wrong this weekend. And so I feel that in good faith, Soulfest is really trying to do what we're asking them to do. And I would ask the licensing board to give them another year, give them another shot and see how they perform next year. That would be my advice, my suggestion.
How was the attendance? The attendance, was it well attended?
It was pretty comparable to last year.
So I'm really pleased to know that Mr.
Awesome.
Melton, as well as Mr. Perry, went immediately to follow up on what the situation was, and that the organizers responded so well that quickly instead of waiting until the end of the weekend to make it an absolutely horrible weekend for the residents around there. So I appreciate all of what you've given us for information. And Mike, do you have anything else that?
I think the counselor articulated it beautifully. Just a couple quick notes, as things that they had done differently from last year. They had also changed the parking flow. So last year we had a lot of complaints about traffic getting blocked up. So tried a different map. But they used what we utilized during the fair, and to the best of my knowledge, from what I've heard, that worked very well. So the parking concerns were addressed from last year. There were 2 main stages last year that started if not at lunchtime, right before lunchtime. And so both those one of those main stages was eliminated entirely, the one that was the biggest problem last year. And so with it, all the acts that were on that stage. And so in addition to eliminating that entire stage and the acts on it, they only had the main stage start, I think it was like 3:30 maybe, 3:30, 4 o'clock-ish on those dates. Whereas last year it had started at like lunchtime-ish. So to counselor's point, I do think they're making a good faith effort to try and find ways to continue mitigating. Certainly, as we learned this weekend, there's continued areas for opportunity for improvement. But I believe we're on a good continuous feedback loop of trying to find that better solution as we go.
Thank you.
But I'm sorry, I was just gonna say, I wholeheartedly agree with everything Wood said as far as Thursday being awful, and then that Friday night band. So I think he said it very nicely.
I agree completely. I spoke with the producers Saturday morning as well. I spoke with them Friday and Saturday, actually, and I spent a couple hours with the Precinct 7 group. Saturday afternoon, they have a monthly meeting where they discuss things happening in the precinct, and obviously, you know, the fairground is a big part of that. You know, most of the emails that I've received have been echoing what Councilor Perry and Mike Nelson have said as well, that Friday night got absolutely, Thursday was terrible. I could hear it at my house, which is almost 2 miles away. Friday night, it was the one band that went rogue. They've made good faith efforts. So, you know, I think that the question of would you consider them again, it doesn't, where you're not considering a license at this point, but in order for them to start planning, they would need to know if the license holder does believe that they've fulfilled what they had presented.
So forgetting the music, I heard some positive things about the event from some church people.
Good.
It's the first time I've ever seen Catholic mass in the roundhouse. That was
It was the Catholic tree.
very cool. One other thing I forgot to mention that was a change. You'll recall the fairgrounds instituted a lengthy regulations document for events after last year. And one of the things that we had instituted based on a lot of feedback was having a 9 p.m. noise curfew on Sunday night through Thursday nights, and then 10:30 on Friday and Saturday nights. Soulfest, when they came to get their license, and that worked amazing. The 9 o'clock on the weeknight was beautiful. When Soulfest came to get their license, they had actually said that they wanted to cut it off at 10 instead of going to the 10:30 that the fairgrounds allowed in an effort to further appease. So I know they don't, obviously the license isn't before us today, but I would say when we do go, if we go to that route, if the board wants to continue that conversation, I think keeping the 10 o'clock cutoff, even though the fairgrounds has kind of set this arbitrary 10:30 time, I would say the 10 o'clock time is probably a number we want to stick with. That seemed to be, it was late enough in the night that people had a good time. and early enough in the night that you could still go to bed at a reasonable hour. So I think it was a good Cinderella time.
We also discussed with the producers the idea of being able to send feedback throughout the day, to let them know this is working, this isn't working, and that could be a system we could potentially work on setting up, to make sure that, you know, like something that happened Friday night where the band kind of did go rogue, we would be able to contact them and say, hey, this has increased, so.
It seems to me if they want to go forward, they should be, the next board meeting, they should be on the agenda, right? If they're looking for an early license.
Early enough so that when they want to hold the event in August, if it were to be next year, definitely enough months in advance, so everything can be understood. I like the fact they responded so well. So, we have to, pardon?
She has a question.
So, I'll entertain comments from all the residents who are here would like to, with the understanding that you thoroughly understood what it was that has been discussed already or reported. So I saw that you had a request.
I live at 186 Peg Plain Road, which is directly across the street from the fairgrounds. My walls were pounding from
We are aware of Thursday night.
not Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Right, Ted? I mean, it's like,
Okay,
and my house was vibrating.
all right.
I've never had that happen, where it's like completely vibrating. My 18,
In my studio, the awning was like rattling.
I mean, it was so loud and pounding. It was just ridiculous, and I don't see any difference between Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I did not notice any difference. Now that my house is ground zero, my house gets hit louder than any other house in that neighborhood, because when we were doing the decibel meter throughout the neighborhood, the readings at my house were the loudest. And so it's hitting my house in such a way. My 18-year-old cat stopped eating for 2 days. She did not start eating again until Sunday. And, you know, she's elderly. I know you don't care about the animals, but I'm just letting you know.
2 cats.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you would feel if your cat stopped eating, and especially when they're elderly. They're very delicate.
They do.
Yeah. And so
Well, I
um,
appreciate.
Also, you've been.
Could you address the court? I mean, could you address the board? I think I was a lawyer or something, or a judge. You had a comment, sir.
no, he was letting me know, he was telling me that, and I will, you know, when I get to the time on the agenda where I have time to speak, is that I've been diagnosed with a migraine now because of the noise. I've never had headaches my entire life, and now I'm having migraines.
We'll take all your comments into consideration for next year. Any other comments? So this was to be a discussion, so we don't need to vote on anything. We will take every comment.
There were emails. I was on that email thread that Whit was on.
Um,
And there were emails of people complaining even on Saturday night being really loud. So,
Okay,
I mean, Whit is.
Well, I had not heard
he's
that.
having selective memories.
so Aaron or Mike, were the
I'd be
emails
happy to
directed to the
forward-
town, to, Mike?
I can forward the emails to you. That's no problem. Yeah,
All right.
there were a couple that did complain on Saturday night. However, some of the complaints, like Counselor Perry had said, came in after the music had stopped, saying that they were still hearing the music. So, but the vast majority of the emails on that thread were saying that it sounded much better Friday and Saturday.
all right. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your comment. We will definitely consider it. And so moving on to agenda number 3, Lieutenant Jason Haskins from Greenfield Police Department requests an entertainment license for Fall Public Safety Festival, October 10th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the fairgrounds. So Lieutenant Haskins, you got the floor.
Thank you. Yeah, so we developed a little over a year and a half ago, the police, Franklin County Police Cadet Program. And one of their missions is to do community service. Sunderland, in conjunction with the state police, about 4 years ago, had created this very well-established, very phenomenal public safety festival in Sunderland. They had it every other year. It's a Franklin and Hampshire County. It's a group where we probably had close to 100 agencies, 75 to 100 agencies there last year. It's to bring awareness to not just emergency services, but public services as a whole. So like Western Mass Electric was there, crisis, clinical support options was there. Again, places from Hampshire and Franklin County. So it's the idea, it's an event to bring the public some awareness with public safety and all the things that encompass in that. They had a couple food trucks last year. I think we're up to possibly 11 now. We had state police helicopter does a demonstration, K9 demonstrations, drone demonstrations, firefighter demonstrations, costume party because it's in the fall. So again, it's hopefully a good public event that people come and enjoy and learn more about their public safety and public utilities. So I do know there was some controversy because there's pictures of fireworks in the flyer that they're creating. It is our hope at some point to have fireworks, but we don't want to burden you guys with that. I know that's something you're working through. We looked through a drone light show, but it's probably 400% more expensive than fireworks. So that's, again, this is being put on really by kids with a bunch of adult mentors. So they're doing their own fundraising, is completely funded through them and through that process. But that's pretty much the gist. I don't know if you went last year, was that the last, so it was last year, or I'm sorry, 2 years ago, and 2 years prior to that at the Sunderland Elementary School. That's the gist of what it is.
Will you be having any bands?
They had like a DJ type thing, nothing like with a stage. It was more like a one little speaker thing. So as of right now, there's nobody booked for music. Like I said, it was some public kid from Sunderland. It wasn't. If we were to have any music, it wouldn't be even remotely close to a stage or anything like that. Mostly it's gonna be the public safety vehicles that'll, in the demonstrations.
So one of the concerns we've had in events in the past at the fairgrounds was idling engines, motors. If you would clarify, you wouldn't be having the big engines.
So unfortunately, these apparatus, for them to operate, they have to run. For the lights to operate, they have to run. So during operations, they would have to run. During regular downtime, they would not. So like our command vehicle has a separate generator. So there's a lot of things that are run off of a generator, not a motor vehicle engine. I believe right now our only running of the vehicles again would be at the very end. They do a quick light show with all the emergency service lights. That's at 7:45. It's just they put the lights on as they leave the area. So it would be in conjunction with leaving. Other than that, again, unless the apparatus, for example, if it's a tower truck, you have to have the engine run for the tower to give a demonstration. Other than that, it would be shut down.
Oh, the question quickly here. I would assume you wouldn't necessarily be running your sirens, or another thought was the helicopter. You mentioned a helicopter. It would just come in and land and leave.
Yeah, if they even make it, sometimes they don't make it, but yeah, the helicopter comes in, it lands. They're there for
Right.
maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then they take off and leave.
So the siren issue, where do you stand on that? Can you control that or not have it?
Yeah, no, we can control that. There's nobody does anything with the sirens.
Thank you. So, either of you two have comments you need to clarify with him? So, in interest of discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept the application for the entertainment event to be held on October 10th, 2025 from 4 PM to 8 PM at the fairgrounds, sponsored by the Fall Public Safety Festival, I believe. Because the numerous organizations coming together to.
Technically, it's the Franklin County Police Cadet Program that's now.
Franklin
sponsored.
County Police Cadet Program.
Second.
So I have a motion to grant the license, or you said accept the application. For this October 10th event at the fairgrounds. Is there further discussion? Do you have any other questions? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. I thank you very much, Lieutenant Haskins.
Thank you, appreciate
All
it.
goes
Hope
well.
to see you there.
Gotta put that on my calendar. Agenda number 4, Franklin County Community Development Corporation, vendor host license requested for Meet the Maker event, showcasing locally made brands, September 25th, 2025 at 324 Wells Street. Do we have a representative here?
Yep, I'm online. Hi.
FCC, DC, yeah.
Hi.
Hi there.
Welcome. And I see your name is Kate.
Yep,
Welcome.
thank you. Should I just give you a general overview of what we're looking to do?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we are a nonprofit over on Wells Street. We work with small businesses and we have a food manufacturing facility where we manufacture a variety of different food products, things like jams and salsas and hot sauces. And so we've been wanting for many years to host an event where we showcase the people who are manufacturing with us, and it would essentially be like a networking event where we will invite a variety of different industry experts, potential buyers, places like, we would invite Greenfields Market and River Valley Market, and basically create a space in which the entrepreneurs can interact with other folks from the industry. So we plan to have 16 exhibitors, and I can send a list over. I have that complete at this point. And they will be sampling their food products. And it will go from 3 to 5 that afternoon. And we'll be doing tours of our food processing center as a part of the event.
Sounds good to me.
I guess I'll just add, while I have the floor, the next agenda item as well, which is a liquor license for the event. And one of the 16 exhibitors is going to be sampling alcohol, ginger libation. So I'll just share that now, and I know we'll talk about that in a minute.
Hey, that pretty well clarifies. I'll entertain a motion.
Thanks, Rick. The motion for the Franklin County Community Development Corporation, a vendor host license for Meet the Maker event, showcasing locally made brands, September 25th at 324 Wells Street, 3 to 5 PM.
Yep.
Second that motion.
So we have a motion on the floor to grant the vendor host license. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So moving on to agenda number 5, Kate, could you pronounce your last name for me so I don't?
Yeah, it's Minifee.
Menifee, okay. Franklin County Community Development Corp. Special one-day ginger libation beer license for the Meet the Maker event, September 25th, 2025, 3 to 5 p.m. at 324 Wells Street. So that's the only thing it's called, ginger libation beer?
Yeah, it's from the Catalyst Kombucha brand. It used to be Artisan Beverage Co-op, and then they just got bought out by Amherst Brewing Company, I believe, but they're going to be there sampling ginger libation and root beer. So just the one will be alcohol.
So will you be selling that or just?
No sales, just samples.
So they even need a license.
I don't believe that they even need.
If you were selling it, then you would definitely need a license, but since you will be just distributing it.
No trailer truckloads of sample.
So we should determine that by vote. So can I have a motion by the board that there isn't a need for a license?
Make a motion that clarify that there is no need for a license, as no product will be sold. It will be just samples given.
Second.
Okay, so any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Kate. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Hopefully I'm free that day. Never had ginger libation. So agenda number 5, Michael Patavina asked permission for alcohol on the city property at Green River Swimming and Michael,
Hi.
hello. I'm not sure if there's a typo here, but the recreation area, September 28th.
27th.
Oh, okay, well, a typo here. So it's the 27th. If the board would make note of that.
Saturday.
And let's see, do we have, is it on, it's on here? Okay, it's on your application properly, so.
Okay.
Our regular administrative assistant is on leave, and so we thank Erin so much for picking up and doing this, but she doesn't want to ever have to do it again.
I'm doing my best, but we're gonna have typos and I apologize. I'm doing my best.
That's right.
Typos
So,
go, that's not a bad.
Fair.
The question is, wine license is required. But the main thing is that it would be distributed on city property at the swimming area.
And again, it's just samples, small samples, there's nothing, no sales, People's Pint will be the beer maker. And, he probably gives out maybe about somewhere around 20 samples. So it's not really a big activity.
So it's
This is
mainly-
mostly a family event.
It's mainly this, we have to allow that to happen.
We have to allow that to happen. Right?
So-
City property.
So how does this differ than the one that John Bowles does
Yeah, it's the same one.
at different dates?
John David Bowles, yeah, I think this is the only event that he does.
Okay.
She's asking for a sign on the
That's
column.
the farm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so you do this every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it every year,
We have-
15 years.
Nice.
Taking a lot of stuff out of the banks of the, and from the river itself.
Thank you for doing that.
And there were no objections from any city departments. I asked for comment from fire, police, health, DPW and Parks.
So.
It sounds good. It sounds like 20 years is pretty good history
Yeah.
to not have to worry.
I'd say so.
So, Make a
So, yes.
motion for Michael Padavini,
Gotta be.
That'd be not-
permission for alcohol on the city property at the Green River Swimming Pool, recreation area, September 27th, 8 AM to 4 PM. And you have wine too, beer and wine?
No, just beer.
Oh, just beer, okay. My people's wine.
Second that motion.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you for doing all
It's on
Thank
my
you.
range training. I do these. All
I'm gonna put this poster up downstairs.
right,
What is A&P?
Thank you very much.
Arian,
all right.
what does A&P stand
Senior.
for?
Not quite sure. Ampersand maybe? I don't know what that is. Why is it there?
What was that?
AMP, it's part of the,
Yeah.
I,
Well, the little
I
thing
just
is an ampersand, but I wondered if we had changed it to camp. All right, so agenda number 7, John David Bowles of the Deerfield River Watershed Association, whatever, Connecticut River Conservancy, would like to place a sign on the common September 20th to September 28th, 2025. So is Mr. Bowles with us? My only concern, the size of the sign, has that been properly?
I believe it is in the
It's
application.
2 by 3.
By 3.
Okay, so,
This big, but this big,
all right,
It's wooden,
or maybe it is big.
this big, but this big, no.
wooden plywood.
All right. So the fact that he is placing a sign, or would be placing a sign that is not huge.
Okay, make a motion that we allow John David Bowles, the Deerfield River Watershed Association, Connecticut River Conservatory to put a sign on the commons, September 20th to 28th, and the sign will be no bigger than 2 by 3.
Right, do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
So is there further discussion on the motion on the floor? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. So I am going to move agenda number 8 down after agenda number 11, just to make it more logical.
Okay.
So moving on to agenda number 9. Weathersfield Harris and Hobbs Incorporated doing business as Seymour. A deadline to progress toward activating the liquor license at 5 Bank Row. So do we have? Oh, would you kindly step forward?
Sure. Do you want me to come up there?
Yeah, that'd be great. We can hear you better and so can the recording.
So, we received the liquor license back from Seymour with the UCC. And
You
we're,
are, can I ask your name?
I'm Jill Fortier,
Okay,
property manager for.
Fortier with an F.
Fortier,
Fortier,
FORTIER.
okay, all right, thank you. So you're the property manager for the,
Like
Site?
Segundo, yeah.
right?
And so we received everything by UCC. We had a UCC on it. We've been working with Lori. We have a new applicant in the back of the room who is ready to come forth and use the license. So we're here to, and we're sorry, ask for a continuation of 1 month. So our lawyer can come to the next meeting, and they're already working with Lori. They have everything already. We missed the newspaper deadline for submission. And that's kind of where we are, but it looks like Seymour or whatever they're going to name it
So you're suggesting,
She'll rise.
Yeah.
you're suggesting
fine.
in a month that they'll, be on the agenda for transfer of liquor license to the new owners, no owners?
Via our lawyer and you guys and them. So we received it with the UC.
These are the potential new owners, correct?
Yeah.
Is it possible? I'd like to just hear from you.
Yeah. I'll move in, they come in. Is that
We've
okay?
been living this for many years.
I know you have. We have been on that road with,
Jill also shared some photo updates
did.
if you all share the screen.
oh, you want my chair?
Sure.
Aaron, nice to meet you.
Same. So.
Who are you? What were you? Yeah.
So my name is Adam Gleason. This is my wife, Kim. She's gonna be the owner of the entity.
What's it called?
The entity that's formed is under Gleason Ventures. It's our last name. However, we have a DPA filed with Greenfield already that we're pending approval for the Bears Den Bar. Not exactly sure how much material you want, but I brought everything we produced far. So that includes reskinning of all of the furniture and fixtures, all of the repainting, all of that. Got a budget built out already based on what I can do as far as research. Unfortunately, with it going through receivership, I don't have the opportunity to have the former owner's numbers to do projections from. So I have to do it based on what I can find. We already have scheduled meetings with distributors to get actual pricing and things of that nature.
So conceptually, you've already agreed to a price. In other words, it won't be like Main Street Grill was, or it was renamed the day before.
No, we have a
So-
lease, we have every,
We have
yeah.
a purchase agreement and a lease already built in. The lease includes the aspect that they can like license and all of the furniture, fixtures, things at the bar. As well, separate investor pool for operational funds.
I'm just curious, like they were beer, more of an upscale beer and wine place. Is that your intent?
Seymour was craft beer and upscale liquor from what I understand and from when we used to frequent it. We'd be less upscale on the liquor side. It's not as many high-end scotches, things of that nature. And a pretty across the board selection as far as beers and wines. You know, some craft, some domestic, some imported. That way we hit a different target model. I don't think Greenfield supports quite that high end of a bar on a, especially not with an occupancy limit of under 50 people. But I do think there's a need for something that's not all Pabst and Budweiser and not necessarily a restaurant. And I don't think we have one of those that's.
And did I miss something, you have previous experience in this kind of business?
I have previous experience in all businesses, sort of. I work right now as partner and a consultant within Second One Consultants, which is a turnaround group that's been in Northampton in this area for about 16 years now. We do work in Thorns Market and some areas of Greenfield during COVID. Trying to keep some of this business going.
Great, so what you're asking for, or is just a 1 month extension?
We're asking for a 1 month
We'll be
continuation.
back to ask for the license.
Yeah.
We can meet the timetable.
And if everything went well, would you be open by Christmas?
That's
Before. it
Depends on the
began.
state, ideally. I mean, we could be open in 30 days or less if we had all the licensing, but I understand ABCC sounds like it's more 60 to 90-day turn time after we get approval from the town.
Oh, there it is. Huh?
Yes. Joe was nice enough to have a professional crowd to go through and take pictures of.
Just so that everybody could see it's been.
We
so
said there was
long.
been some work being done there, right? This is being worked on now.
Yes,
We've been updating it.
so
It's been vacant for how many years now?
there's some renderings of the
3
new color
years,
palettes, things of that.
COVID,
nature.
maybe?
6 years almost, right?
Yeah, right about the beginning of COVID.
It's a shame because we've always felt it's here, it's a disservice to the community too, because it's prime location in downtown here.
Absolutely.
Something needs to be.
Do you have an outside area?
There's a
Uh,
little
There's a
courtyard.
shared courtyard in the back space that's shared with the coffee shop right next door. So
Great.
I'll make a motion that we grant Weathersfield Harris and Hobbs Incorporated a 1 month extension to complete and activate their liquor licenses for the property at 5 Bank Road.
Second,
Okay, is there any further discussion on the motion as stated? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
right?
Aye.
thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you all.
See you next month. No surprises now.
No surprises. Those copies are-
Okay.
Thank you, Bill.
Pictures, these printed out.
Yeah, right. I wasn't paying attention to the screen, so until the last minute. All right. So on to agenda number 10, Meadows
Oh, yeah.
Cafe and Golf Center. I don't know. Deadline to show progress toward activating the liquor license at 412 Dewfield Street. So I know that we have Mr. Pahalik with us.
Yes, yes. Hello, good afternoon.
So you're gonna have to speak up a little. It
Okay,
didn't
can
come
you hear me
through.
now?
That's a little better.
Okay, sorry. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right, great. The last time we had met, you were asking the progress you can. So I've had a chance to meet with someone who, some potential people that might be interested in the license, the transfer of a license, but yet they're still having to check to see whether or not they want to move forward. So what I'm actually requesting the board is that I could have time until November 30th before we could submit an application for a transfer, to give me some more time to be able to locate and meet with the potential parties.
Done the 3.5 months.
Yes. Because as I addressed the board before, I thought that it would make more sense for 412 location to actually have a seasonal license as opposed to the full license that we have at this time. I did pay a considerable sum for that license when I purchased the Meadows. I hate to see it go, but I feel a little pressure with the board to move forward with this project. I know it's been a while. And I do want to move forward with the project, but there's a lot of unknowns in the industry right now, and that's where I'm at. So that's when I came to the board last month to ask sort of for the guidance to state that if I was to move to the seasonal license and that we transfer this license to someone that will be able to use it for full service, a full season, full year.
So if you were able to obtain an application, not necessarily the final transfer, but the application to present to us, could that happen sooner than the end of November?
Possibly, yes.
For the record, is there anybody on a waiting list now for liquor license?
There is.
Yeah.
There are, and we actually did chat earlier. He has been talking to people. I think there is a lot of uncertainty economically right now, so it's a lot of things kind of in motion, but he is actively working on it, it sounds like.
So how does the board feel about the November 30th request?
I would hope we could do something sooner. You know, I don't want to be negative, but it seems like this has become a broken record.
Well, Mr. Bahalik said that it would be possible to have an application, which maybe we could move ahead with the plan
Well,
sooner than November 30th.
yeah,
So-
instead of November 30th, why don't we just go with the November meeting, which is, it's only 2 weeks different. But in actuality, it's a month different. Because if he comes in on the 30th, which is not a meeting, he's halfway between here and halfway between there. And it always ends up on the wrong end of there. So if, give him 2 weeks less to have
Right.
something firm for the meeting, whatever date
What day would that, it's always
our
the,
November meeting would be.
always the third. So it's the 3rd November, it's the 18th.
The third Tuesday is November's.
18th, so,
18th.
Randy, you're gonna still be around then? I won't be here.
yeah, I will be.
Okay.
I think the goal would be to have him have an application.
At the very least, an application. Do you,
By
are you in
November
agreement
18th.
with that? Phil and
Can
Randy?
you work with that, Connie?
He said yes.
Yeah, but I just would hope that I could get.
A week and a half earlier.
Yes, or earlier, if I can work with someone.
He said a week and a half or earlier.
No, I said November 18th.
Yep, that's our actual meeting.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're going to be waiting until.
December.
He doesn't mind waiting.
That's
The town wants to something done.
true. We need to,
We're not doing any
Make-
favors to the community.
we have to protect this license.
I understand.
So where do we stand? Yeah,
I'll make a motion that we grant Mr. Pahalik another extension until November 18th. And hopefully some progress will be shown. If we don't want to lose the license,
I understand.
because if we retain it, we just turn it back to the state. Nobody can use that.
And so I'll second.
all right. I have a motion to grant an extension to Mr. Pahalik until November 18th, which is our meeting for that month. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so I do hope that the next time we see you, it'll be even sooner than the November 18th.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And so now, moving on to agenda number 11, we have a public hearing for the application for transfer of annual alcohol and restaurant on-premises liquor license from KJ Enterprises, Inc. to Just a Name Hospitality LLC, DBA Victoria Bar at 4 Chapman Street, and change of manager to Angela Simon. Erin, did you note what time that was when I'm opening the public
5:13.
hearing? Okay, public hearing is now open. So if anyone here from, hello.
to move up here?
Sure.
You
Okay.
may.
Angela.
And John Carr is our counsel.
Okay. So everything is moving right along as you were hoping, and
Feels that way.
that's good. So I just mentioned that no discussion or comments will be entertained unless requested upon by the chair, Board of License Commission. So it's pretty straightforward. But I mean, because it's a public hearing, I'll open it to anybody who wishes to make comment. All right, well, that covers that.
Okay.
So, I will close the public hearing at 5:14 PM. So now, the board will discuss the applicant.
Can you give us a quick history? Because we just changed, it just changed this a few months ago, right?
He was trying to sell it to someone else and that
Yeah,
fell through.
That fell into.
That fell through. So he's owned it for 30 years as far as we know.
We're the buyers,
We're the new buyer.
so
Yeah.
we weren't involved with that, any previous.
And
Right, that was a-
you're also the landlord?
We'll be buying the building.
You're
as
buying the
well.
building.
Yeah, we're buying the building that contains the Victoria Bar as well as Bonnie B's, and there's 5 apartments between floors 2 and 3.
Yep.
We have extensive experience both in landlord and in hospitality.
That's good.
Can you give us a little
So-
quick history of that experience you have in the bar business or?
Sure. Before we started having children who are all grown now, I was in the restaurant industry, starting from like prep cook all the way up to managing restaurants and coffee shops and things like that nature. And since then, he's in the entertainment industry and I've done a lot of catering. We had our own little music festival on our property for 10 years that I did all the food for, and we did all the service for that event. Just involved in hospitality and entertainment for pretty much our whole careers.
My name's Phil Simon. I am currently the concert programmer at the Shea Theater. This is my 4th year doing that. I own Simon Says Booking and Publicity. I've been in the entertainment business, selling bands to events, including bars, venues, festivals, ski areas, colleges, private events for 35 years. And I probably know thousands of people in the bar business.
Is your intention to keep it pretty much as it's been going? Like Seymour's here, they're gonna change things around. Are you guys gonna change things? or keep-
We're gonna modernize a few things, but no, we're not really going to change the bar much. It's going to retain the clientele that has been going there for 30 years and hopefully they continue to come.
Our intention is to keep the spirit of the bar, but modernize the systems.
Yeah.
All right. So, I do not seem to have the actual,
Here.
it's in this one?
Yep, that's the
Oh,
whole
that's,
application.
It was big, so I separated it.
I appreciate that. I forgot, when I looked at it earlier, it was like, I'm not used to just a name hospitality instead of the Vic. All right, so, I will entertain a motion for the transfer of the license.
Randy,
Sure, I'll make a motion that we accept and proceed with the transfer of the license for, from KJ Enterprises to Just a Name Hospitality doing business as the Victoria Bar at 4 Chapman Street in Greenfield. That's transfer of the liquor license. And I don't know, do they have an entertainment license or is that gonna come?
There's a Keno license and a victualler license, which.
Yeah, but the Keno's was.
Yeah, that's different.
That's nothing that we.
There's not an
do that.
entertainment license.
And just,
Not as far as we know.
they got
Okay.
a common vic license.
We're gonna work on that next, that's why I moved it.
That's next.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because if we didn't approve this,
Yeah.
have to go
Yeah.
back and change the visual
You
again.
can't have the bar, but you can sell hot dogs.
Right.
I'll second that motion.
All right, so we have the motion on the floor. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we've got that done.
Thank you.
Now, the next item, which was agenda number 8, is moved to after this one, which was 11, change of ownership of common victualler license at 4 Chapman Street to Just a Name Hospitality LLC, DBA Victoria Bar.
I'll make a motion that we accept and the change of ownership for the common victualer's license at 4 Chapman Street from
KJ.
from Bobby Grozick to the firm here. So,
All right.
Second.
Just a name hospitality.
Yes, just a name, no name. Are you around long enough to remember we had a no-name bar?
Oh, No.
Now it's just a name bar.
Uh-huh.
Now it's gonna be the
Yeah, yeah.
still, right?
Yeah.
Before we move on, Lori had emailed me and said I have one document missing from the submission.
Oh,
Do you have the application? Can I just have it?
oh, yes, please.
I think it was in there, but I got lost in the shuffle. It's just the receipt for the payment for the ABCC.
Oh, I thank you. That's important to know that issue was covered, and you are,
Where to,
all right,
Thank
thank you.
I think you can turn through a meeting, have it open the mouth.
And I just want to say thank you to you guys for your patience with me, because Lori's on leave and I've been trying to pick up the slack and liquor licenses are really involved.
Yeah.
You're doing fine.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
Lori has been helping a ton, but,
I feel like it's moving along just.
I just felt bad, so it's like in over my head, especially on yours a little bit. But
Oh.
thankfully, Lori has been able to do a ton to help as well. I appreciate that.
I just found the app for the common victual.
Same name?
What's that?
We're just gonna keep the name too.
Yeah,
The
no,
Nick
we're not
River, yeah,
changing
every-
it, no.
We will tell you what we tell everybody there. Our aim is not to change anything, but to bring some more people into the room.
Yeah, and into the town.
Well, no matter what, you're gonna be called the Vic anyway.
Oh, yeah, it's
Exactly.
always gonna be the
Exactly.
thing.
And it's been there for 100 years under that name.
I don't have any reason to change the name.
Our primary objective is to purchase the building and Victoria comes with it.
Yeah.
So,
And we want,
and
we
it
want
aligns
to,
with our experience.
we want to rehab the whole building and make it prettier and better for downtown Greenfield.
Awesome, thank you. And that would be very nice. I walk by there every day.
Nice.
But Bonnie Beach.
For now.
Bonnie Bees will be the landlords for Bonnie Bees, and should Bonnie Bees either sell or abandon the pursuit, we will take it from them.
Echo. I have a motion, right? Did we vote on it?
Motions and second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Excellent.
Thank you so
Nice
much.
to
Meet you.
You as well.
You're
We
right.
look forward to serving you.
Be unhappy with me. I don't drink.
I think you left your water bottle.
It's not mine, but I can pick it up.
So next on the agenda is,
Hi Wendy, how are you?
oh, were they the servers?
They're the helpers,
Oh, okay.
supporters.
I never go in there. Just walk by it every day. So Cody Wilson, agenda item number 14, entertainment license for local expo showcase, food, craft, music event, October 12th at Fairgrounds. Is Cody with us?
Yep.
Yep, I'm right here.
All right.
Planning a short day, 10 to 6. I'm planning on having a small stage similar to the size that they have at the Fall Food Festival, which is the following weekend. Just, you know, giving one last opportunity of the year for local craft vendors and you know, like the people who are going to be at the event at the CDC who have their prepackaged goods. Just an opportunity for locals to kind of, you know, put their things on display right before the end of the season there for outdoor activities. I'm planning on using it as a you know, promotional catalyst and fundraiser for the project that I've been working on for the last year, bringing an entertainment center into town. And yeah, that's
That's a daytime event.
Yep.
Well, into the evening. It's going to be dark by then.
yeah, that's it. If the application says 8, that was my mistake. I meant to say 6. I just looked it up. The estimated sunset time is 6:12 p.m. that day.
All right.
How long are you gonna have music for, the whole time?
Probably up until 5.
So what type of music and how loud?
So the stage that they use at the Fall Food Festival is a smaller stage with just a couple of speakers, and I am planning on advertising to you know, promote the underserved local artists that, you know, don't really have the platform to get a big stage very often. I know that there's a gentleman that I went to school with that has been performing at the farmers markets, and artists like that are people that I'm going to be reaching out to over the next couple of weeks to kind of fill the card out.
But you would have amplification, correct?
A certain amount, yeah, but not anything near a concert size.
And Cody, we do, sorry.
Yes, please.
Sorry. We do have a couple specific locations that we've identified over the years that work better for the smaller stage as far as pointing the direction towards the woods and such. So when we meet on site, we can discuss the ideal locations for that.
That's perfect. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. And to Cody's point about the stage, it's roughly the size of the table you're sitting at. It's maybe 18 inches off the ground and about that size. So enough for 2 or 3 people at most to stand on it. Nothing like what we just saw last weekend.
All right. So,
Oh, can I make a motion?
yes,
So we allow Cody Wilson entertainment license for local expo showcase, food craft music event October 12th at the fairgrounds, and the hours were 10 to 6.
Yes.
Second that motion.
all right. So is there further discussion among the board? Hearing none, all those in favor of granting signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Right. Good luck.
Thank you all so much, Michael. I'll reach out to you soon.
That's good.
All right. Agenda number 15, open meeting law complaint. Revive and respond to the open meeting law complaint presented by Armine Argosinian. Argosian. If it was French, I'd be set. So,
You said my first name.
Yeah, you want to come up here?
Yeah. In regards to the denial of a public comment request to speak at the Board of Licensing meeting, on our agenda listed
Were you leaving
August.
this chair open for Alan?
Alan died.
I know, but I don't know if he.
No, you can have, take the chair.
Okay.
I have to be out of here anyway.
I'm sorry, I didn't know anything.
On the agenda listed, if the typo said, typing said August 19th, the meeting that is in contention is July 15th. So, this is,
I wanted to speak about the noise for the Green River Festival. I was asking for time on the agenda. And so,
well, the time, what we have on the agenda is the open meeting law compliant review and respond to the open meeting law complaint.
because I was asking for time on the agenda to discuss the noise for the Green River Festival, and Aaron denied me time on the agenda.
You are on the agenda.
It's
You
great,
are on the agenda.
Okay.
You filed
but I wanted
open meeting
to,
law complaint.
I did that because she denied me time on the agenda.
So I included the emails back and forth. I didn't deny her time on the agenda. I asked for more information about what she wanted to put on the agenda because we had to comply with open meeting law requests. And she didn't tell me what it was for, so I wasn't able to.
I did say what it was for. I said that it
It's
was,
all the emails between the two of us are included in the packet that they have.
Yeah, I know that was.
I was talking about, I wanted to discuss my experience of the noise from the Green River Festival.
Martin is not a liar.
Well, you can see the emails back and forth there.
That's these, right?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm seeing here is that if we had a meeting, you wanted to speak.
Yeah.
You were told because you weren't on the agenda, you couldn't,
Right,
all right?
right.
So at 5:38, after the meeting and everything was closed, you sent an email, I believe, to Aaron.
She's, because
did she
Lori's out, she said to send her an email requesting time on the agenda.
Okay, you sent her the email.
Yes.
That you request time on the agenda.
Yes,
Okay,
because the July meeting that we had here was the first meeting after the Green River Festival occurred.
yeah,
So I was wanting, usually like after an event, we're able to speak, but things
Well,
have changed and you're making it more formal, which I don't mind. I don't mind asking for time on the
yeah,
agenda.
no, that's understandable and as you saw today with the chief and everyone's here to discuss Soul Fest so it doesn't get out of hand.
Yeah,
You know, when you asked for the time,
Well, I
Um,
recognized
it's
her.
not on the agenda.
I
yeah.
recognized her to speak, assuming it was on what was being discussed.
Discussed at the time.
However, our hands are tied.
yeah.
We can't, and then that's why I had to say, thank you for your comments, but we cannot cover
Yes.
that.
I wasn't complaining about you not,
What we're dealing with now is the open meeting law complaint.
right,
That's
the
what,
open meeting law complaint was the fact that I was denied by Aaron to have time on
You
the
had-
agenda.
you had time to speak. And then when
No,
I
I didn't.
realized, yes,
What do you mean, today?
no.
No,
So July?
July.
No, I
So
wasn't.
She was requesting time on the August meeting, requesting time on the August licensing board meeting to discuss the Green River Fest. I need a copy of their license application for the June 2025 event. I responded, thank you for emailing me. Can you give us a little bit more background about what the topic is? You mentioned something happened at the Green River Fest and I'm in the dark. Her response was, good afternoon, Aaron. Why do I need to discuss this with you? I was asked to request agenda time. Are you going to fulfill the request for agenda time or not? Thank you, Armine. I responded, in order to comply with public meeting law, we have to have more details to put on the agenda. Stating that you want to discuss the Green River Fest is not enough to comply with public meeting law. Armine responds, I will call the state attorney general's office to ask. Thank you for letting me know about it. Then responds again, are you going to fulfill the request for a copy of their license application, Green River Fest license application, or do I need to inform the attorney general's office about that as well? I responded, you need to file a public record request for the license application. I will not be able to add you to the agenda without more information about what you want to discuss. So there was not a denial. I said that to comply with open meeting law, I had to have more information. I also discussed this with the city clerk, Kathy Scott, who informed me that there needed to be more information for the agenda. There was no denial. There was a request for more information.
All right, so I'm requesting time on the agenda to discuss the noise level that I'm experiencing at my residence during the Green River Festival. Is that enough information?
That
Well,
would
it has
have
to
been for
go-
this, that would have potentially been, but unfortunately, it is not on the agenda for today. So
Okay,
because
Because you filed.
You filed-
I
complaint.
filed a complaint because I'm
Yes.
trying to get time on the agenda to discuss the Green River.
All right.
Festival.
and
A response to her with exactly what you said would have been sufficient.
Would it have been sufficient?
sure,
She just
Really?
said, yes. it would
all
have
you
been
had to
sufficient.
say
Okay.
is
But
I
you-
live in the neighborhood.
Well, I mean,
Well, we know,
I know. I mean,
But
the
we
thing that I
can't-
discussed the same thing every
but we're
single
not at
time.
liberty to just assume whatever. You understand
I was
that?
here at the meeting in July and I
You-
said,
you-
and I stated that I wanted to talk about my experience with the noise at the Green River Festival.
No,
You did say that.
Yes.
However, we had to not. allow
Exactly.
Discussion because
Exactly.
it was not on our.
I understood
agenda.
that. I didn't have a
So now
problem.
your request, if you do it in writing, we can put it on the September agenda.
Okay,
And-
then I'm going to do that.
and today, what we're discussing is
Yes.
that you filed a complaint against us
With the state.
with the state. And
Yeah,
that's all
that's
this
what-
meeting has to do.
okay.
We've got to rectify this
All right,
situation.
then
now.
I will, send a request for time on the agenda for September.
We
Just
can
so
make
then-
note to your request right now.
Well, she has to do it right.
Yes, but the meeting is, the meeting is
That's
here
fine.
now, but just.
I'm fine.
You just be specific with what it, want,
Well, I just felt like I was being prevented
No,
from being able to
you weren't
see.
at all. It's just that.
You were in July.
Well, I mean,
We had-
I know, that wasn't what the complaint is about. That was not what the complaint is about.
Why don't you-
I was not complaining about the speaking up and not being given time to speak at the July meeting. I was not complaining about that. I'm complaining about the fact that Aaron denied me time on the agenda.
Once
Now-
again, you were not denied.
Why?
Okay, so then you could have said to me, you are not being denied time on the agenda. I needed.
I told you what I needed to put you on the agenda.
Well,
The email from her.
there's a
needed
problem
to
because
be
there's a
specific.
there's a breakdown of trust. Let's just put it that way. And I feel like the fact that Erin is the mayor's chief of staff and she's like filling in for Lori, I would trust Lori to tell me that. I don't trust Erin to tell me that.
Right,
Well,
that's a
That's your
personal thing.
personal opinion, however.
Right.
You
Her
know.
status is.
I mean, she's filling in
She is.
for Lori,
So we don't need to
but I
discuss
don't know
that.
if that's,
That-
is that a
yes.
conflict of interest?
No,
Oh,
no, we are representing the city of Greenfield with the mayor as an elected mayor, and she is the chief of staff.
Okay, so you're
Who is-
fulfilling the mayor's agenda, is that what you're saying?
it's the same
Agenda,
If-
well, no,
with
you
the,
can't.
like right here, Aaron, with
Yeah,
the police chief is sitting here.
yeah, the police chief, I see him.
He picks up and
Yeah.
leaves,
Okay,
goes on vacation.
okay,
He turns his duties over to
the deputy.
Green.
Well, how is Erin the next person
Okay.
in the line of command?
Because
after
she-
Well,
Lori?
you can
She's the
study
mayor's-
that another time.
She's the
She
mayor's
is.
assistant.
By
She
charter.
is.
Okay,
Charter.
By charter. So you can look up the charter and see that she
Okay.
is the one.
where is the charter?
Her,
It's online.
it's online.
Okay.
Her response to you, in order to comply with the public meeting law, we have to have more details to put on the agenda. Stating that you want to discuss the Green River Festival is not enough information to comply with the public meeting law. That you assumed was a denial. It wasn't. It was a request for specific information
Okay,
to be put on our agenda according to the public meeting law.
okay.
So that's why I said, what you just said now,
Mhm.
we can visit at the
Okay.
September meeting if it's properly.
Okay, then I'm gonna go home now and I'm going to email it in writing.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, I thank
Terrific.
you.
Thank you.
You.
It's from here.
Yeah, he has fan spots, so I had to get Henry took him across the street. Yeah, thanks for checking. That's why I was popping in and out for a minute. I had to get my kid across the street and we don't have childcare.
They have what, childcare?
We don't have childcare today. My boys are on the spectrum and need a little help getting across the street.
Yeah.
Yep, that's why I wasn't trying to be rude to anyone. I just had to parent too.
I didn't think that at all. I'm sorry to hear about Alan. I didn't know.
We are too, because it was quick.
I know, that was like really fast. I mean,
His history of being an engineer and many other things, he was
Served for a
valuable.
decade on this board.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know how long I've.
No, me either.
He still seems like a new guy. So we have a response to
Yes.
work on.
Yeah.
So this is rather awkward. Shall I just read it?
You can read it, or you can circulate it and discuss it, whichever you feel more. comfortable.
So have you read what you passed over to me? If we don't approve this now, we will have to meet by Friday.
What did we go for? I didn't see. Anybody else to see this?
Oh, I don't have one.
Is that one it?
Here, I
Is
have,
that the one I just gave?
yeah, there was only one extra
Oh,
copy
okay.
there. Because it was the one that you were presenting.
Yeah, you can vote on that. You want to vote on this?
Yeah.
I think, based, I think the conversation was, I think all parties, including them, are in agreement.
We, to let him thoroughly read. it.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, so, I need a motion by the board
So
to,
Address it.
accept this,
I make a
response,
motion that we accept
the response
the res-
presented.
that, that we put out the response that was brought forward by an open meeting law complaint to
All right,
present this response that,
It's a responsible response.
yeah.
do I have a second?
Second,
All right. I would assume there's no further discussion.
I just wanted to make a comment that I've been on this board for, God knows, 20, whatever years. I never, this is the first time I've ever seen a complaint against us.
Against the open meeting
Yeah.
law.
Yeah.
So, any other comments or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we will move ahead with that. And now we have, I need agenda updates from the mayor's office.
And, yeah,
Regarding informing the board that the Recover project applied to hang hearts on the court square from August 25th to September 2nd, and that the mayor's office approved.
Yep, this is something the Recover Project does every year where they hang purple hearts on to commemorate those who've lost their lives to the disease of addiction. And last year there was a little bit of a conflict with the Harvest Supper with Stone Soup, but we worked it out with them that it would not conflict this year, so it wouldn't be an issue with setting up any of those events, and it won't be an issue interfering with the farmers market either.
All right. So did each of you get to review our July meeting notes?
I know they are not as good as Lori's, I know that. I
am always amazed that she's able to get everything down with a couple of little typos here and there.
No, they are not as good, but they address every single agenda item, who moved, how it was done.
Okay, let's see.
I'm
You
over
will
my head.
I will, let's entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from July 15th minutes as read.
All right, okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, and so we can close the meeting, so we have time enough before the Ways and Means steps in here.
Make a motion that we close the licensing board commission for whatever today's date is, meeting.
The 19th
19th.
at 5:43 PM. All right,
We just got papers to sign now.
yes.
Anybody gonna second the motion?
Second.
Oh. No, just,
Hey, I learned something about how to do the meeting, right? Make sure it was seconded. All right,
yes.
let me stop the meeting.